Hello, curious minds, and welcome back to What Is. Today, we're tackling a concept that's as fundamental as it is elusive. It's what powers the universe, makes your coffee machine hum, and quite frankly, gets you out of bed. We're asking, what is energy? Now, if you've ever found yourself dragging on a Monday morning, muttering, "I just have no energy today," you're not wrong. But you're also only scratching the surface of what energy truly is. Because, believe it or not, even on your most sluggish day, you are absolutely packed with energy. You're practically a walking, talking energy factory. Just maybe a low-power mode factory. So, what exactly is energy? If you try to grab it, you can't. If you try to see it, you mostly see its effects. It's not a thing, like a rock or a cat. It's more an ability. The ability to do work. Yeah, I know, work sounds like a chore, and sometimes it is. But in physics, work has a very specific meaning. It's when a force causes displacement. Pushing a box across the floor. That's work. Lifting a weight. Work. Even moving your eyeballs to read a book. That's work. And every single instance of work being done requires energy. Think of it like money. You can't eat money, but it allows you to buy food, or a new gadget, or a ticket to a concert. Energy is the universe's currency for making things happen. It's the universal get up and go. One of the reasons energy is so tricky to define simply is that it takes on so many forms. It's a bit of a chameleon, constantly changing its outfit. But let's break down some of its most famous disguises. First up, we have kinetic energy. This is the energy of motion. If something is moving, it has kinetic energy. A speeding bullet, a race car zooming around a track, a child running through a park, even the tiny molecules buzzing around inside your body right now. They all possess kinetic energy. The faster an object moves, and the more mass it has, the more kinetic energy it packs. So, a runaway train has significantly more kinetic energy than a squirrel darting across the road. Though, if you're standing in the path of either, you'll definitely feel the effects of their kinetic energy. Then there's its quieter, often overlooked cousin, potential energy. This is stored energy. Energy that's waiting for its moment to shine. Or, perhaps, to crash spectacularly. There are several types of potential energy. The most common one we think of is gravitational potential energy. Imagine an apple hanging from a tree. It's not moving, so no kinetic energy there. But, if that apple decides to take a plunge, it gains speed as it falls, transforming its stored potential energy into kinetic energy. The higher the apple, the more potential energy it has. If it falls onto your head, you'll definitely appreciate Newton's gravity, and perhaps wonder if the apple had something against you specifically. But potential energy isn't just about height. Elastic potential energy is stored in anything that can stretch or compress. A stretched rubber band, a coiled spring, a bowstring pulled taut, they're all loaded with elastic potential energy, just waiting to snap back into place and launch something across the room. Or, in the case of a bowstring, significantly further. Then there's chemical potential energy. This is stored in the bonds between atoms and molecules. When these bonds are broken and new ones are formed, energy is released or absorbed. Think about the food you eat. It's packed with chemical potential energy, which your body converts into kinetic energy to walk, talk, and decode complex YouTube videos. Or consider a battery, or gasoline, or a stick of dynamite. All fantastic examples of chemical potential energy, each with varying degrees of enthusiasm for being unleashed. And let's not forget the big one, nuclear potential energy. This is stored within the nucleus of an atom, holding protons and neutrons together. Releasing this energy is incredibly powerful. It's what powers the sun. what we've harnessed for some rather destructive purposes and for generating electricity for our homes. Beyond these mechanical forms, energy manifests in other ways too. Thermal energy, or heat, which is essentially the kinetic energy of tiny particles within an object. The hotter an object, the faster its particles are jiggling. Electrical energy, the flow of electrons, powering everything from your phone to entire cities. Radiant energy, or electromagnetic radiation, which includes light, radio waves, X-rays, and microwaves. This is how the sun's energy reaches us in the first place. Sound energy, which is the energy transmitted through vibrations in a medium, like air or water. What makes energy such a powerhouse concept isn't just its many forms, but its incredible resilience. This brings us to one of the most fundamental laws of physics, the law of conservation of energy. This law states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another, or transferred from one system to another. It's an incredibly potent idea, meaning the total amount of energy in a closed system always remains constant. Think about a car. You put in gasoline, that chemical potential energy. When the engine ignites it, that chemical energy is converted into thermal energy, which then expands gases, pushing pistons. This creates kinetic energy to move the car. Some of it also becomes electrical energy to power the lights and radio, and sound energy from the engine and exhaust. And a lot of it, sadly, is lost as heat, which is why your engine gets hot. But not a single joule of that initial chemical energy truly vanishes. It just changes jobs. Or consider a light bulb. Electrical energy flows into it. It heats up a filament, and boom, we get light, radiant energy, and a lot of heat, thermal energy. The bulb isn't creating light out of nothing. It's simply converting electrical energy into other forms. This principle is everywhere. Your body converts glucose chemical energy into mechanical energy for movement, thermal energy to keep you warm, and electrical energy for your brain to think up witty comebacks or just remember where you left your keys. A wind turbine converts kinetic energy from the wind into electrical energy. Even a star like our sun is constantly converting nuclear potential energy into radiant energy and thermal energy, radiating it across the vast emptiness of space. So, while energy might seem abstract, it's the very fabric of existence. It's the hidden choreographer of every event, every change, every phenomenon in the universe. From the smallest atomic flicker to the grandest galactic collision. It's why scientists work tirelessly on renewable energy sources like solar and wind power. We're not trying to create new energy. We're trying to harness existing energy forms more efficiently and sustainably, converting them into forms we can readily use without depleting finite resources or harming our planet. Energy is literally everything that makes anything happen. It's the invisible force that allows us to perceive, to interact, to grow, to learn. It's the reason coffee wakes you up, why a ball bounces, why the sun shines, and why the universe itself is a dynamic, ever-changing spectacle. So, the next time you feel a surge of enthusiasm, or a sudden chill, or even just the quiet hum of your refrigerator, remember, that's energy doing its thing. It's the ultimate doer, the master multitasker, the silent engine of reality. And on that energizing note, we come to the end of another What Is exploration. If this video sparked your curiosity, or even just kept your brain's little cogs turning, please hit that like button. It helps us know what topics you're keen to learn about. Don't forget to subscribe to What Is for more deep dives into the fundamental questions of our world. And if you have any burning questions about energy, or suggestions for what we should tackle next, leave a comment below. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep asking, what is, because the universe is full of incredible answers.